Hey everyone, welcome back to Mindspans. Another glorious day here in South Florida, my shelter-in-place location, until I get to go back to my home in New York. So 6 weeks now, crazy. But they are starting to open some things up. Today we are going to continue our journey as it relates to letting go of attachments. And we are going to talk about what I call the potted plant syndrome. And it's sort of an interesting thing that I think you'll enjoy. So let's take a big stretch. Deep in breath through your nose. Stretch high to the sky, smile. And then breathe out through your mouth. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, your jaw. And we are good to go. So, potted plant syndrome and letting go of attachments. I was looking out at a field and there's all these beautiful flowers in the field and I'm like, it would be cool to have one of those flowers in my house. And so you dig them up and you do a great job and you put them in a pot and you with dirt and you take it home and you take care of it and whatnot and hopefully you do a good job. So, but when you think about that, like really think about it, so this flower or plant or whatever it is spent 1 billion years finding the exact right place for it to live and exist and do what it's supposed to do and fulfill its whatever its mission or existence is, and we've taken that away by putting it in a plant in a pot. Now, I'm not advocating that we shouldn't have plants in our house. This is not about that. I'm just saying that we do that to ourselves. We do it as parents to our kids. Our schools do it to the kids. Our society in general does it to all of us. None of this is so particularly terrible. It's just you need to understand it so that because those things become part of your constructs, your habits, and part of how you react to the world is all of those things. And so it's important to think about and understand how it's impacted you, how your past. By the way, you can think about the past and be completely present, just FYI. So as long as you have intention and focus on studying your past, that's totally cool. That's being present in your study of the past. So it's important to do that. How you grew up, what were you taught, who were your teachers, who were your influencers, and all these things, because you were born with a purpose. I can't imagine you weren't, right? We can't possibly, after all this evolution and so complex we are, so complex, 100 trillion cells, half of which aren't even ours, they're bacteria cells, and they're all doing a lot of stuff that we have. I mean, it's incredible, really. There's some great videos on biology that are really worth just to, if you're not exposed to it, it's really fun to understand how complex our body is. And to think that we were put on this earth with no purpose whatsoever other than to procreate seems a bit oddish. So what I'm saying is that the minute we are born, we're put into an environment and then their parents, hopefully, or something that is telling us this is what we're supposed to do and this is how we're supposed to act and this is what we can do and what we can't do and this is what society says. And depending on where you're born and who you're born with and what place you are and what language, because the language also dictates your whole thought process, because different languages are very, very different in terms of how they talk about the self and how they talk about action and how they talk about interactions with people. It's just, there's completely different ways of thinking. And so that has a huge impact on the way you perceive the world. So all of these things throughout the course of your life become part of your personas and part of your constructs and habits and how you interact. So what I want you to do is spend some time when you have time, to just think about those things. Think about how you grew up. What are the things that, when you do stuff today, like when you react, think about, did I react that way as a kid? Probably did, particularly when there are those quick innate reactions. You probably did. And who did that come from? Did it come from my grandparents, my parents, my teachers? Was there a situation that happened to me? Start to just, and write it down, in a private place, whatever. But start to write down those connections, and because this is all part of the healing process, it's all part of the growth process, so that you're not autonomous anymore. Things are not just happening around you. You're actually engaged, you're present, you're doing things with intention, as opposed to letting things happen and letting these autonomous reactions just do their own thing. So that's all I got for you for today. And it's great to keep a journal on this stuff. And I think you'll learn a lot just by when you put energy into something, you get out the energy that you put into it. When you put negative energy into something, you get a lot of negative back. Positive energy, you get positive back. So put a lot of positive energy into this process. Same with like dream journals or things like that, if you're into that, and we'll talk about it another time. But all these things, when you put energy into it, just like training your muscles, your brain and body, they'll do a lot of stuff for you. Once your brain knows that you care about something and you're putting time and energy into it, it helps while you're sleeping, it helps while you're dreaming, it does sort of makes things work, because that's what his job is to allow us to do lots of things at the same time and optimize our behavior. And we sort of fight against that in this practice, right? So because we want to help, but we also want to maintain that sense of presence and intention. So I hope you enjoy that process, and I think you're going to learn a lot. Love to hear what comes out of it. You can comment below, and if you like this, like it, subscribe, share with your friends, and I wish everyone a phenomenal day. Look at this. Oh, fighter jets. That's awesome. Have a great day, great afternoon. Thank you.